Okay, so this is going to be a video that's going to be helping you with the homework about slicing and variables and concatenation, which I always I always spell wrong, but here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a list, and the list is going to be attached to a variable called colors. Now I'm just going to copy and paste this just for brevity, which means for speed. Here we go. So you can see I have lots of colors inside my colors list. Now I can, well, one thing is I know that this is a list because if I print out the data type, it says class list. And if I print out colors, well, it's just going to print out the list like so. Very good. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to slice. So if I were to index, I'd be doing something like this, right? So I can index violet by doing -1. I can index green by doing, I think that would be 3. And I can index indigo by doing -2, right? I think you already know how this works. We've done it quite a few times. Now, slicing is a little bit different, right? Slicing uses a number, a colon, and another number. Now, if I did this, this would return the first 3 variables, or the first 3 list items. Now, it's important to know that the first number is inclusive and the last number is exclusive because, well, if we just type in 3, we know that's green. But if we do 0 to 3, well, we know that it only goes from red, orange, yellow. So this 3 is basically telling Python, oh, stop at this number, don't actually include this number. So we're excluding green, but we're including red. So it goes 0, 1, 2, and it stops right here. Okay. Now, we can use this to get all types of things. We can even do this, and it should get everything. Yes, it does. Oh, it does not, because why? It's exclusive, so we should actually be doing just this, I think. And that would get everything for you. Perfect, so now that should be enough for you to figure out how to slice to get different portions of your list. Okay, very good. Now, here's what we're going to do now. Okay, I am also going to be, let's use favorite places in Korea. So this is in the homework sheet. There we go. And we have to replace this. There we go. Now, if I wanted to skip over a few things, I can. I can do something like this, for example. I could say, let's do 0 to 0, and then we'll do 1 like so. Oh, actually, I think it's going to be 0 to, what is it? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do 7. And then if I can type in, and then we'll do this and see what happens. Okay, what about now? There we go. Okay, that's it. So if we do this, try and figure out what this is doing, right? If I do this as 3, oh, we get something else. If I do this as 4, we get only 2 things. If I do this as 5, we should only get 1 thing, I think, or 2 things. If I do it as 6, this will definitely be 1 thing. Oh, hang on. Maybe if I do it as 8, 1 thing. There we go. So what is this doing? Well, this is slicing the entire list. So it gets everything from 0 to 7. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7 is where we tell it to stop. So it gets everything in the list. This second thing is telling us how many items we should skip every time we get our result. So if we do 1, it's not going to skip anything, right? But if we do 2, it's going to skip every second result. So it skips Andong, it skips Heian Temple, and it skips Gyeongsan, right? So it goes Daegu, Gyeongju, Pohang, and Gaesan. Good, so that should also help you. Very good. Now, here is what we're going to be doing now. We are going to be saving this data to variables. So for example, we could save this into a variable, and we can call it every other place, and there we go. Now if we print every other place, it's going to print out the same thing. Very good. So that's how we save things, or saved, indexed, and spliced information into a variable. Okay, now this is where things will get a little bit interesting. So if I wanted to only get Daegu, I could do this, and then this be Daegu. So then I can take this right here and I can save that into another variable called my city. Now if I print my city, it's only going to be Daegu, right? You guys should know how to do this already. It's not too difficult. Good. What about, let's get even more complicated. What about if I splice this? If I do this, this is array indexing. Oh, it gets D. If I get 0 to the end, it's Daegu. If I do 0 to 3, it should be DAE. There we go. If I do 0 to -1, it should be DAG. -1. There we go. Good. So you can see we can actually take different parts of a word using a slice, like so. So that should be pretty easy, right? So what I want you to do here is make any list you want. And well, it's in the homework, right? So you can make any list you want, and you can save the first part of the string into a variable like so. Perfect. So I can do something like this. Favorite saying. And I'll say birds of a feather flock together. If I can type flock together. What does this mean? You probably haven't heard it before, but in Korean, it means, if I'm going to type it in properly, there we go. Here we go. I think that's correct. There we go. This is what birds of a feather, birds of a feather flock together is this saying in Korea. So it's saying that similar types of people will always be with each other, right? So if you're with people who don't study, that means that you probably don't study too. And if you're with people who love to study, you are probably someone who loves to study. Very good. So, good. Now we can take this favorite saying and we can index this like so. Good. We get the entire thing. If I wanted to get birds, I'd probably get the number 7. I think 7 would get it. There we go. Birds. Oh, that's too much. Let's do 5. 0, 2, 5. There we go. Now I have birds. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Perfect. And I can save this into something else. I can say first word like so. And I can put this inside here. There we go. And now I've saved it. So we print first word. We have birds. Great. Amazing. Now, what are we going to do next? Okay. String concatenation. Well, we can also do this for other words. So let's actually get the second word too. So we'll just say another word. How about that? And we'll get the last one. So we'll go from, let's do feather. So feather would be, I think it'd be, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 12 or 11 until, and feather is 7 long. So it's going to be 19, I think. And if we print another word, let's see what happens. Wow, I'm correct. Amazing. I think that could be 18. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Now I can concatenate these two things, right? So I can say something like this. I can say first word plus another word. And it's going to say bird's feather. So we need to remember to add space, like so. Now it says bird's feather. Now this is nonsense, right? It doesn't do anything, but you're getting the idea of how to concatenate things inside of a string. Really good. So what you need to do now is you need to be able to capitalize things. So I'll give you a clue, okay? If I wanted to capitalize the first word, this is what I would do. So now we have birds inside of the first word. So if I now say first letter of first word, right, I would say first word and I would say 0. And if I print the first letter of the first word, just to be sure, it's going to be B, right? Because we know that this is the first word. Perfect. Now, I want to capitalize this. So what do I do? Right, I can just add this upper right here. And now it'll be a big B. Very good. So we now know that, okay, this is perfect. We've got this correct. We now need to get the rest of the word. So what do? We can say rest of word is going to be equal to 1, or rather, first word. There we go. 1. There we go. And if we print this, print rest of word, we should get erds. Very good. Perfect. So now we also know that this is correct. Really good. So what do we want to do? We want to combine these two things. So we're going to say print. We'll do first letter of first word plus rest of word. And here we go. Birds. Amazing. So now we've done pretty much everything. So you should now know how to do everything in the homework. Now the homework has a lot more tasks and you'll have to do a lot more things, but this is pretty much everything you need to know, right? Just saving things into variables, we're manipulating data, putting it inside variables, and then making the type of data that we want. Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to say goodbye, and hopefully this was clear. I think it was. And I'll see you guys again very soon. So, goodbye.